Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Language Learning with Laura J. I'm Laura, and today we're going to be talking about roles and jobs within an ecosystem. In our first two videos, we talked about what an ecosystem is, and then we talked about biotic and abiotic parts of an ecosystem in our second video. If you missed those, I will put the links in the description. So just as a quick refresher, an ecosystem is made up of many different habitats, as well as all of the biotic and abiotic factors found in those habitats. Remember that biotic factors are living things or things that were once living, and abiotic factors are non-living things in an ecosystem, things that have never been alive. An ecosystem is kind of like a neighborhood community. Abiotic factors are like houses and roads. They support life, provide energy and water, and create shelter, among other things. For example, when we're talking about abiotic factors, water provides hydration and shelter for animals and plants. Sunlight is used by plants to make food, and soil provides nutrients for plants and shelter for ground-dwelling animals. Biotic factors, on the other hand, are like the people and the pets living in a neighborhood. They make use of abiotic factors to live and grow, and they perform important jobs to support the ecosystem. For example, plants provide food, oxygen, and shelter for other animals, and animals and insects move seeds and pollen, and they eat plants as well as other insects and animals. Everyone in an ecosystem has an important job to perform. There are three types of organisms in an ecosystem: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers use sunlight to make their own food and provide food to other organisms. The plants in an ecosystem are the producers. Consumers eat plants and other animals. They move seeds and pollen from place to place, and they keep plant and animal populations from getting too large. Consumers are the animals and insects in an ecosystem. And finally, decomposers keep the ecosystem clean. Their job is to break down dead plants and animals and turn dead things into nutrients for the soil. Decomposers are things like bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms that may live in an ecosystem. Let's practice. You're going to have an opportunity in just a moment to talk like a scientist. Pause the video, and I want you to write a sentence or talk to a partner using one of these sentence frames about one consumer and one decomposer that you know of in your local ecosystem. So let's practice. I want you to talk like a scientist. You can use these sentence frames to write or talk to a partner, and I want you to name one producer and one consumer in your local ecosystem. Let's practice talking about what we've learned. I want you to find a partner, and you can use the sentence frames below to name one producer, one consumer, and one decomposer in your local ecosystem. Pause the video and talk to your partner. Great. Now that you've talked to your partner, I want to show you some examples of consumers, producers, and decomposers in my local ecosystem. I live in the Amazon jungle, which is one of the largest ecosystems in the world. One example of a producer in my ecosystem is the kapok tree. One composer in my ecosystem is the pink river dolphin, and the leafcutter ant fungus is a decomposer in my ecosystem. Now it's your turn to practice. Talk like a scientist. Find a partner and use these 3 sentence frames to talk to your partner and name one producer, one consumer, and one decomposer in your local ecosystem. For example, I live in the Amazon jungle, which is one of the largest ecosystems in the world. One example of a producer in my ecosystem is the K-pop tree. One composer in my ecosystem is the Pink River dolphin, and the leafcutter ant fungus is a decomposer in my ecosystem. Now I want you to talk about your ecosystem. Pause the video. Great. Now that you've had an opportunity to talk like a scientist with your partner, we're going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe so you can catch our next video on ecosystems.